Hello. So my name is Louise and I'm the founder of Funky Fat Foods. And with Funky Fat Foods, we make snacks that are always high in healthy fats and without any sugar or artificial sweeteners, ingredients that our body just doesn't need. Actually, things that are super good for you. And today I'm very excited because I'm going to interview Noraldin. And Noraldin is not only a chef, but he's also a personal trainer. Plus, on top of that, he is the founder of Sweetmood. And Sweetmood is a new company from Norway where they are all about selling sugar-free functional snacks. So, good morning, Noraldin. It's such a pleasure to have you in our actually first video that we're going to do. And I did already before like starting with you the video, I already did a short introduction that you're a chef, that you're a personal trainer, and that you're the founder of Sweetmood. I think it's super nice if you just give a little bit of explanation. What do you do? How did you start it, Sweetmood, and kind of like what keeps you going, basically?
So like you said, I'm a trained chef and a personal trainer. And what I do now is like run Sweetmood. So I started Sweetmood because it was so difficult to find honest products that was like healthy and functional. So it was just the idea like some years ago and just have been there. And actually when I took contact with you and Funky Fat, and I saw how easy it was to like connect with companies. I was like, okay, then we get started. And from there, the ball just went running.
Yeah.
From there, yeah.
So you were saying like it was difficult for you to find functional snacks. Is that just because in Norway people are less focused on like good nutrition? Like is it not that like common to kind of like eat sugar-free, to focus more on functional things?
I think that sugar-free things have a bad repetition because the sugar, like every sugar-free product is like it's kind of new thing. So it's like when Coca-Cola started, like the first cola without sugar, it tastes like shit. So it took them like a bit of time to make it taste good for people. So it's kind of the same thing here. It takes a little bit of time. I think maybe in 10 years it will be more normal to eat like sugar-free things when we have like the monk fruit approval and the allulose approval from the EU. Then things will start to be like more normal.
So, and you were also mentioning like you're a personal trainer as well. Can you explain a little bit more about how you give kind of like your clients also kind of like the nutrition approach? Like what kind of advice do you give them just for someone is starting now with trying to like have a healthier lifestyle? How do you combine the personal training, like fitness combined with good nutrition?
I try not to put like my lifestyle into their lifestyle because
what is your lifestyle exactly?
So it's a combination of keto, low carb, and carb cycling. So I started first at keto and I got more into low carb, and then I did carb cycling. So when I put those together, then it works really great for me. So I also do intermittent fasting a lot. So I'm fasting now. So
only coffee or just water?
Now I just actually started to drink a lot of matcha. So
nice.
So
yeah, I'm also in that matcha phase. I love it so much.
Yeah. So now it's like apple cider vinegar and matcha and water with lime or something. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. But so you were mentioning you're doing keto, you're doing low carb, and you do carb cycling, and then together with the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Then what would you advise to other people? Like when do you, as a man, when do you do more keto? When do you do more low carb? And when do you do carb cycling?
I do it like now I don't think about it anymore. So it's automatically. So, but if I know that I have an office day, I don't need carbs.
Okay.
So if I sit all on the computer all day, I
Yeah.
know I don't need any carbs
To get energy.
yeah. So I do a lot of fasting then. And if I'm in a birthday or uh, I'm eating in a restaurant, I
Yeah.
do, yeah, then I eat
Then you
carbs.
eat. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
do you specifically like eat or avoid certain carbs, or in those days you're just eat whatever kind of carbs, or are you more
No,
specific?
so I don't eat, I try not to eat gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah, bread and stuff, because even if I can kind of like, I can't eat it because I'm not allergic to it.
Yeah.
It like, it drains my energy. I don't know why. It's like,
It's kind of
um,
like your muscle get tired, right?
yeah, I think I get more tired of eating bread than doing a 2 hour workout. So, so it's kind of funny to see like when you cut out bread, how much more energy you get. So I try to do a lot of lentils and beans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like legumes. So whenever you eat carbs, these are more the carbs that you go for.
yeah.
And what about like starchy vegetables, sweet potato, those kind of things?
I don't like sweet potatoes, so I don't eat sweet potato. So I rather eat normal potato. But I kind of time it. So when I like fast for over 20 hours or 24 hours, it's kind of, I do a workout and then I eat carbs.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
interesting because sometimes you read also a lot about where people try to eat carbs before the workouts in order to get like more energy, and then they like then their muscles, that at least what they think, that their muscles, they get full of energy or full of carbs, and then they can do like a hit workout or weight workout. What is your intake on this?
For some people it works. For me, it's like I get tired. so so when you do a lot of fasting, when you do like 20 hours of fasting and you start eating, your
Yeah.
blood sugar goes up and it will go down. So either if you eat keto or you eat whatever, it will go
Yes.
at some point down. So you get tired. So as I rather like eat after the workout and just relax and watch some TV and yeah.
That's nice. That's good.
But it's kind of like, it's so hard because everyone is different. So that's why I don't put my regime on someone else.
Yeah.
So I see like what fit them.
Yeah.
So,
With
but
your clients, you go to, how do you like, if you have a client, where do you look specifically? Like how, what kind of like diet do you recommend? What is your approach?
I always cut the carb. Because in Norway they eat a lot of bread.
Yeah.
So because they eat bread at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and
Wow.
evening.
Yeah. So that's for them like a huge
Yeah,
like switch then.
yeah. So
That's
it is. So we are one of the countries in the world who eat bread the most. So
every meal. Wow. I didn't know.
so it's kind of hard because they always try to make low carb bread or low carb, but it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I try to like not go to that approach to replace the bread, but to
Yeah.
eat something different.
And what
Yeah.
would you tell people that, because most of the people still think that you need carbs to get energy, you need carbs to build muscle, specifically men. I hear it a lot where they say like, yeah, but we need carbs because otherwise we don't like, we need, otherwise we don't get muscles, and you cannot just live from fat and from protein. What is your intake on this?
It's kind of funny thing because I was doing a documentary for like some years ago, and it was a doctor called Eric Hexebag, and he is like using food instead of medicine. He's also doing low carb with his wife, who also is a doctor.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And I asked him about this question about like muscle building and carbs.
Yeah.
And he told me that you can build a lot of fat with carbs, but you can not build a lot of muscle with fat, because muscle is protein, not fat.
Yeah.
So that's the baseline. If you want to build muscle, you need protein. You don't need fat or carbs.
Yeah.
But you need like the fat going for the testosterone and the hormonal system. But carbs are like, you don't need them to like build the muscle itself. But if you have the mindset of that, I need carbs to do a workout, then you're trapping yourself in a box where you you think.
And it's also quite an addiction, right? I mean, we're used to eating, most of the people are used to, at a young age, you eat carbs, carbs, carbs. So to stop with eating too many carbs, it's definitely it's very tough in the beginning for people.
The thing is, you can use carbs to build muscle if you know what you're doing. So but the thing is, people eating 100 grams, 200 grams of carbs. So you're building a little bit of muscle, but a lot of fat too. So what they can do is like use it as a supplement, and you only need like 10 grams or 20 grams of carbs to do that. And what carbs do is like transport, because it spikes the insulin, and then the nutrition goes into the muscle, right? Yeah. So that's the thing you can do. But it's like, it's kind of funny because, you know, in the 70s and 60s, they knew that carbs was fattening. So with the bodybuilders like Arnold's times and Frank Zane's time, they basically was on a low carb diet all year. So, but after the 90s, or in the 90s, they start to get bigger, but then the drugs come in with the insulin, and they start to using insulin and all the stuff. And normal people thought, oh, no, I have to start eating carbs to get muscle, but they didn't know that they used insulin and growth hormone at the time in the 90s. So it's kind of when not the whole truth are out there. So people think that normal people can do it also. But the truth is, you don't need carb to build muscle.
Yes.
If it was the truth, so where my muscle comes from, or my client's muscle come from. So, but you can use it as a supplement to get a little bit of push. But if you use it all the time, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah. And especially, I think also with doing keto, once in a while, to like, I've been now doing like basically a high fat, low carb approach for, I would say, already around 4 years. And I recently experienced more with sometimes going like eating a little bit of carbs as a female, just to not be fully constantly always on keto, but just to shock your body sometimes with a little bit. And then the carbs that I do consume is something like, I would go for more like a sweet potato or something like this, just to, you know, to not be fully in the whole like only doing low carb or only doing keto.
Yeah, I think people have to do what works best for them. Yeah. So if you like, if like I had like one girl who wanted to like do a bikini fitness. So when you get like to the point where you are 4 weeks out, of your diet. It's a whole different game, and it's not like a lifestyle you want to live all your life. So the carbs there are a lot different, and they have different proposal, and then normal people have to deal with, because you're like 8% fat when you're a woman, and and the muscle need carbs to make the muscle look full, and it's a kind of different approach. So I don't know why people think fitness is only bodybuilding. So, but I don't. So if you want a healthy lifestyle,
especially like the weight training and stuff, it's so good for the body and also for the mind.
yeah. So if you like forget about the dried chicken and the broccoli and the rice and do the normal stuff and eat what you like, I think a lot of that is mental also. So it's, but a lot of people try to copy the bikini fitness or the fitness people and what they eat, but they forget that they are going into competitions, and they do something that
Exactly, it's completely like extreme and more short term, but we have to do something that's long term.
And every, like, I will say 95% of the girls who are competing in bikini fitness, after 3 or 4 days, they're gaining like back 10 to 20 kilos back.
Wow, yeah.
So it's a lot of water, but it's not a thing you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be if you would give some people advice, if they want to start to have a healthier lifestyle, what would be your like easy tips for people just to get motivated again? It's now like the summer is over, people want to get fit again. What would be your advice for people that want to live healthier?
I will start with the blood test. That's where check everything from hormones to like vitamins and everything.
Yeah. If you have like any deficiency, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of important to have that in order, because then you can see where to start and try to cut down the carbs. If you eat a lot of carbs, and I will say, don't start too harsh. If you're like a person who eat like a lot of carbs, don't try to cut everything out in one day. Yeah. So try to do it like slowly, and it gets easier.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to cut carbs is fasting, I think, because when you want to eat like a lot of proteins and fat when you start eating. So that's the good idea, to try to cut out carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to like fast for 20 hours. You can start with 10 or 12 or 16.
Yeah. Because for some people, it's like the first thing what they do when they wake up is, oh, I need food. But it's of course also kind of like it becomes a habit, obviously, when you're just so used to eating the first thing in the morning, but you have to just kind of like skip it, trying to at least wait a little bit before you.
And the advice I will give also is like, treat your body like you will treat your car if you had a Ferrari. So because people are like treating the cars better than their body, you can have your body your whole life. So if you think that, let's say, €5 is too much to use for a chocolate bar, then why use it, or why use 20 euros on that car that you're gonna have for, let's say, 5 years, and it's gone.
To sum it all up, for someone just starting to have a better, like a healthier lifestyle, it's definitely cutting out the processed foods, the carbs that you mentioned. You would definitely recommend to stop eating the more processed carbs, I would say.
Yeah, but I think if people started to just cut out sugar and gluten, like bread and
huge difference.
pasta, they're gonna Yeah.
So what about like, it's a like final question, but where can people find you? Like where, like if people want to get more motivation?
On Instagram, I'm called Fitness Chef Nia. So I have a lot of desserts. The recipes are on the Sweetmood website now.
Yeah.
So
Cool. So
yeah.
people can check it out. If they want to have some recipes, they can go to Sweetmood website. So Noraldin, thank you so much for our call today. I wish you a beautiful Sunday, and we talk soon.
Yes.
Have a
Bye.
good day. Bye-bye. Thank you.